Alright, we should be underway, sort of, more or less. I don't have anything booted up, but, boy, this is an ad hoc episode. Exit that. Take a drink of water. Open up last week's episode so we can look at some questions if we had any, which I'm not actually sure we did. Which would be a first. It's a shame, a little bit. I mean, I like, it's 130 views, which is not terrible. Here we go. I have an idea for a mountain railway, so in the early 40s there were some mines that were exporting through trucks, but that wasn't very profitable, so the mines decided to create a railway to export the ores. That would undoubtedly be the youngest railroad on the peninsula, and I kind of like that idea. Anyway, not like today, boys, help, I'm scared. Hello, Ellis, how do you do, fellow Berkshires? Anyway, we need to get this booted up. We're going to be running an abridged stream. Can I grab, where is... Let's go to desktop. Let's go to games. Let's go to Trains 2019. Nah. Okay, so let's get into Tolbrand and get the show on the road. We've got a few things that we were working on last time that we're going to continue into today. Like I was saying, we're going to be doing an abridged stream, so it's going to be a little bit of... a little bit shorter than usual. I mean, it's going to be about 2/3 the typical length of a Tolbrand stream. We're going to be going from, by my mark, 8:15, although this is 8:05, so we are ahead of schedule, ahead of the delayed schedule. There you are. Few sessions, only 2 hours instead of 3, yeah. So we're going to be going from about 8:15 to about 10:15 Eastern Time, because I would be tempted to run it longer, but I've got some chores to do. I've got some stuff to do on the server. Those of you that were on Discord know that we had some interlopers today. Some people had to be thrown in Gulag. I had to break out the good old Gulag document and fill in some stuff there. Now, naturally, if anybody notices anything, the trial is 10:30. Please see the announcements. If anybody notices anything going on, feel free to put it in the chat here. Should I pull a Jack Sparrow and steal Tampa Stadium now, or wait until we've lost? I'm not sure what that... Oh, right. The game tonight. Oh, crap. I gotta do something. Hold on. I gotta have something up in the background. Just... Which league do I have players in? Okay, Mike Evans and Amari Cooper. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's what we'll do. We'll keep an eye on this. Can I get... Is this going to update automatically? Let me see my versus matchup. Oh, I clicked on myself instead of the matchup. And there we go. I'm still the favorite over main man. I don't have any other players going today in my other league. In the Horseman League. But, Gulag and Trials don't sound like they belong in the same sentence. You know, fair point. One of the people that we threw in did make a point about, like, oh, I don't stand for the Gulags, like, the use of that term. And, you know, that's fair. I sort of get it. I'm doing okay, Sherry. How about you? I sort of get it, but two things. One, as an American, it's my God-given right to make fun of things the Soviet Union did. And two, I bet the people in the real Gulags didn't like that either. So... I don't know, maybe don't be a flaming douche canoe. Anyway, so let's look at what we have to do. First of all, first things first, let's go to the route layer, as should be. And let's do this. Center, that's the wrong thing. I do want the webcam up, I don't want the screen up. Lafayette's going ham on his chew toy. And let's get started. So, I wanted to work on the scenery for the barrier islands and the quarry area. That's, I think, the first thing that came into mind. And that's this area here. So this area needs some trees. It needs some textures. It needs a lot of stuff. We can start with the trees, because that's the simplest thing to do. we'll probably have a relatively small stand of trees here. What is my Steam name? I think my Steam name is Admiral Ellis. If you can't find me under Admiral Ellis, look up Trainman 1996. That's what it used to be. And it might still come up as that. I'm not sure how Steam works with older aliases. Anyway, so if we're going to work on this area, the first thing we need to start doing is throwing trees down. And then we're going to have to prune all those trees. So, first things first. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was test the automation of the Mason Valley. The tree steak Tolbrindies. And we will get to that probably in about half an hour when there's food currently in the oven. Gloria is having a very bad day. Just like physically, like she's miserable. And so we got these things from BJ's, which does not stand for blowjobs. As a matter of fact, I don't know what it stands for. But it's a wholesaler. If you guys have Costco where you live, you already know what it is, basically. Or any of the other various wholesalers that are out there in the world. I am talking about BJ's. I am introducing people to the concept. Well, we got these like chicken things. They're like it's a stuffed chicken breast. And I mean, I like breasts as much as the next guy, so I couldn't say no. We're gonna put this over here. Pat says he hopes you have a better day. Little Joe's arch nemesis, Big Joe. Oh, I think I have Big Joe installed. Although I might not on this version of Trains. I know I have him in Tane. For those who don't know who Big Joe is, go read the Johnson short stories. Tolbrand language. See, I haven't gotten into the history of the natives of Tolbrand too much. There are a couple important characters in the various Wikipedia pages that are of native descent, but I've never like dug into what does it mean to be someone who, like, what the natives of the Tolbrand Peninsula, what are they called? Thus far, I've just been referring to them as the natives, which I hope isn't offensive. It isn't intentionally offensive. It is a correct descriptor of what they are. They are the natives. And, you know, the unit that could outswear General Patton. That's correct. What did General Patton say? A gentleman is a man who can swear for five full minutes without repeating himself. I think Joe could manage that. I think Big Joe could manage that. We're talking about Big Joes and Little Joes. It'd be kind of funny if Medium Joe showed up. Which I'm kind of saddened. Like, so we have a guy on the Discord server who we nicknamed Medium Joe because he's not he'd rather be called that than Indian. Yeah, and that's fair. I'm just, you know, I don't know. There are lots of connotations with the word native. So some good, some bad. I'm sure there are some people out there that don't like it. I mean, the thing you've got to remember when you're saying something or writing something is that the way it's ultimately interpreted is fully in the hands of the person on the receiving end. And, you know, you can be as kind as you want and use as, you know, as kind of words as you want. You can tiptoe, you can walk on eggshells, whatever you need to do. That may or may not change the way that a person on the receiving end feels about what you said. Which is Indian. CGP Gray's video on it. Yeah, CGP Gray's video on Native American versus American Indian versus Indian, like, is a very interesting video. I was waiting for that to blossom into a beautiful series, and it never did. He got sidetracked with the missile range thing. Now, and I'm not saying that I'm worried about offending the natives of Tolbrand themselves. Just people that, again, I'm certain there are people out there that view the word native with a negative context or negative connotation, and that's generally who I'm like thinking about here. Again, it's not up to you and I. It's certainly not up to me the way people feel about my words, and intent matters, sure. But at the end of the day, a person's going to be upset at what you said because of what you said, not what you meant. Uh, if someone's upset at what you meant, that's a different story. Uh, if someone's upset at what they think you meant, then you probably are in an abusive relationship. Uh, what about? No, and it's true. It would be incredibly wholesome if I was worried about offending these fictional people. Although, it would be interesting to sort of figure out what this fictional group might be offended by. Uh, thinking about going through the social sort of. Can I check my Steam? Sure, I'll check my Steam. Let's see, hold on. Right-click Friends. I get the feeling there's something in here for me. Wait, no. Do I have to go to my library first? Sherry, you are being a wonderfully potent distraction right now. I don't see anything. You may have friended the wrong person. If you sent me a friend request, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it'll just take a minute. Can you show us some abandoned lines other than the bridge? I can get to that later. I want to get some proper work done. But let me finish reorganizing these trees, and we'll talk about some abandoned stuff that's already on the map. But just off the top, hi Lafayette, if you guys can hear that, he's going nuts. Just off the top of my head, we have the abandoned section out of Lionhead. Blimey, I honestly thought this channel died. Man, I've been making videos more or less consistently. It just hasn't been Tolbrand. And the rest that isn't. Wait, hold on. What do you ask? Oh, wait, you just want an overview of the map? Because I can do that. I can go up and down the map in a little while. Just going over what is and what isn't, or what is and what was, I suppose. Is it Trainman 1337? No. That's my Xbox, but I don't go on there very much. I haven't gone on in an age and a half, although I would like to play some more Halo. Battlefield. This is my fault. I've been busy farming for the past 5 years. Yeah, that tends to keep you away from things, doesn't it? Listen, if you thought I was dead, that's fine. I understand. The quantity of videos I was putting out really dropped off in the last, I don't know, after I got out of college. I want to see an overview of the map. Yes, that can be done. And you just get busy with life. You get busy. I mean, I own a house now, and I had a girlfriend, but it was different when I was, 3 hours away from her versus when I was living with her. And now I have another girlfriend who is incredibly wonderful, and she is much kinder to me about spending my time doing stuff like this. Doesn't try to make me feel bad about my hobbies. So, not that was legitimately happening, but we're going back to that thing of like, ooh, when you're in a relationship for a while, you start to like double think somebody. You shouldn't do that. It's not healthy. Doesn't end well. I'm not here to give relationship advice, but I like saying mate. I don't see Trainman 1986. Then try Admiral Ellis. That it should be in there. Oh, it's one word as well. Yeah. Yeah, Dean is right. It's either Trainman 1986 or Admiral Ellis. I know it shows up. Last thing I remember was watching Chris Moore's Locomotion series. I did a Chris Moore's Locomotion stream like a few months ago, and I wanted to get back to that. I love Locomotion. It is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. But it's tough to set aside time for that. I would rather work on this because at least this has a what's the matter, Lafayette? Come here. Come say hi to everybody. At least this has like a progress bar, so to speak. Alright. Why are your paws wet? Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure that. Look at everybody. Say hi. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. I'll put you on the couch. Whoop. He's probably not gonna stay there. He probably wants to be with mommy. Can you type it in the chat? Dean did. Admiral Ellis. Look up the stream. To leave spots in the middle of the forest. I think there are some spots along the edge. I think it was map 6. Yeah. Man, it's been a long time since I've played Locomotion. I know I already said that. I know I said I love it and I want to get back into it, but I cannot say that enough. It is wonderful. It is a game with such a long lifespan. We're a few years away from it being 20 years old, and that boggles my mind. Do you ever play Railroad Tycoon? I played Railroad Tycoon 3. And there might be a 3 on... Yeah, there is a 3 on the other combat. So, brace yourselves. I have a mini Railroad Tycoon 3 rant. And apparently, according to Weibold, the thing that I am upset about... I don't need to be upset about it, because in the multiplayer, it is much more impactful, but the thing is, that giant industry system, you know what? Hell, I've got it right here. Where is it? My checkbook. Here you go. Here it is. My desk drawer is a mess. This guy. Everybody knows this thing from Rare Tycoon 3. This beautiful thing. I wish every game had an industry system this detailed. Will I? No, I will not on purpose. I will not leave spots in the middle of the forest on purpose. But I feel like, for the most part, in the single player, you can get through it without even looking at that sheet. Like, it does not matter. You just connect the biggest towns and go. And maybe that's because of the difficulty I was playing on. Maybe it's because I was a dumb kid. I remember having a lot of trouble with the campaign, and that probably is why. But, like, it just seems so relatively unimportant compared to the other games of its time. Locomotion, and even Transport Tycoon Deluxe, and like Sid Meier's Railroads. All of those games, they revolved around the industry system. And meanwhile, right? Meanwhile, there's there's Railroad Tycoon 3, which was a huge name. You know, the third in a trilogy, and the third is usually pretty good out of a trilogy. As far as movies go, anyway. It's the first and the third one, although people do love Empire Strikes Back. But, and I can see, you know, Return of the Jedi is kind of mediocre. But, anyway. Don't want to get caught on a Star Wars tangent. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, it's game time. I'm not going to enjoy this. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so it is supposed to be this standout game, and you have an industry system which, I guess, unless you are playing the multiplayer, which, who gets that game for multiplayer? I'm not saying it isn't good multiplayer. I've played it a couple of times. It's fun. But who gets that game like, ooh, I can't wait to play multiplayer? Me too, Shoreline. And yeah, you're going through the single player, and it doesn't seem like it matters that much. Maybe I should go back and try to replay Railroad Tycoon 3. I would be abysmal at it. I was never very good at that. There's supposed to be a big empty space here. But maybe I'll get better if I use the industry system more. Who knows? Maybe that's the thing I've been missing this whole time. It just didn't seem that impactful. I don't know. Maybe I should give it another shot. Does it work on Windows 10? Does it, like, can you get it on Steam? I have the discs somewhere. Did you get the friend request on Steam? Let me check in a minute. Give me a minute. We got the rest of our lives for me to answer that friend request. I'm in the middle of something. So are you still playing on Trains 2006? Oh, goodness, no. Trains 2006 was a wonderful thing while it lasted, and we are well past that. I've already got to leave. Oh, see you, Mopac82. Good seeing you around. Remember, if you get any questions, you can throw them in the comments of the video when that comes out, and I'll come back to them. I'll circle back to them next time. I answered Flying Dragon's question right at the top of the show. Just because I happen to pop that open. Somebody is still playing TRS 2006. You know, you're right. Somebody is. But that person's not me. Again, I could pull it out of the desk here. I have it. But it is not installed, and I am not about to try to install it or try to boot it. There's nothing for me there. Don't get me wrong. Incredible game in its time. But unlike Locomotion, doesn't hold up compared to its contemporaries. Locomotion is still like, oh, I want to play Mashinki, but only pay $2 on eBay. And there you go. Like, stupid enough to buy Train Simulator and sunk $2K into it. Holy Moses. I would never spend that much on a frivolous purchase unless it has the word Volvo on the front of it. In which case I would do it many, many times. Don't judge me. Okay, judge me. I went to a Volvo meet, actually. Is it not Mashinki? I said Mashinki, and then you quoted Mashinki. Is it still... Am I getting that title wrong? Oh, it sounds familiar. It's on Steam. It looks just like Locomotion, but 3D. I have never played it. I would like to. It's been on my wish list for 1,000 years. Oh, and Doc's here talking about Mashinki. And by Doc, I clearly mean Hemlock. Yeah, it's fun. Volvo cars or lorries? Cars. I own 2 of them. I am not about to spend my money on a Volvo truck. However, don't tempt me. Dallas deferred the second half. Tampa gets the ball first. Yay, Tom Brady. Wait a minute. This is what I should be doing. Give me 1 second. Let me do this. Is that turn the TV on or no? I'm going to mute the game. I'm going to put it on. It's been slowly updating for a while. I think it is. Let's mute the television. Don't want to watch RESPCT right now. If you were to buy a Volvo truck, you'd have to buy 3 others too. Yes, and I'd drive them around stuck. Football. I'd drive them around just on top of one another. Volvo trucks are overrated. Unfortunate. Well, I mean, they are just Mack trucks. In the U.S. anyway. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Watch. Channel 510. Dallas Cowboys at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm just going to have that so I can look at the score every once in a while. No. Volvo makes semi-trucks, Kaiser. Dean would buy a Volvo truck if you put a Chevy badge on it. Yes, please. Okay, I need ballast for these tracks. I don't want it to be this mainline ballast. What have we been using for... What did we use for the yard over here? YouTube still thinks you're playing City Skylines. You know what? I should probably fix that. I don't know how to fix that. Never mind. Yeah, they make semis. So we're gonna spend some time on this. I'm waiting until my food is done, and then when the food is done, I will run the MVTC and see how long it takes to do a loop while I eat and talk to you guys. And then when we're done with that, we will work on the MVTC some. Oh, there were some Volvo wagons with V8s in them. I didn't get to talk to any of the owners of them, but there were 240s with V8s at the Volvo meet. And if someone searches for trains, they will not find you. Well, that's a good point. I should probably fix that. How do I fix that? Oh wait, if I go into edit, right? Game title, trains. Trains Railroad Simulator 2019. How about that? Does it show me playing Trains 2019 now? Thank you for making that point, Dragon, because that's a good point. That's a good thing to remember. I was in the USA and not the UK. Well, I still understood what you meant by lorry, so we're breaking the language barrier here, Matthew. Uh, Someone found this Project Current junkyard. Now we were playing Trains UTC. I think I have UTC. I'm not sure I ever even played it, but I'm pretty sure I had it. It came in a box set with 2016. Which is interesting, right? They threw in their Ultimate Collection in the second version of their series. The second video, or the second game they put out. Unless UTC is something different, but I'm pretty sure it came in the big box with 2004. Yep, it's now Trains. Thank you. Okay, sweet. I'm glad we've sorted that one out. Okay. I didn't need this siding here, actually. I could have used this one here. And I'm tempted to just make this like an abandoned spur, just to make switching a little bit more annoying. I have Tane, I don't have any of the DLC. That's the wonderful thing about Trains, though. You don't need any of the paid DLC. Says you are online on Steam. That's accurate. Steam is open. I will check on your friend request status after the show, or at least after my food is done. After my lovely, beautiful girlfriend brings me my food, as she will have done for 2 days in a row, because she is absolutely miraculous. Never underestimate someone who treats you well, and don't ever let that person go. Not only does she tolerate my shenanigans, not only does she tolerate the horsemen, she also, I think I'm going to leave this like this. This looks pretty good, without the dirt underneath it. That came out surprisingly well. Obtained, but you can't figure out how to get the DLS to work. Have you registered your game so you have a username? So yeah, if you once you buy the game, you should have to register it, and then you get like a username and password you use to make the DLS work. So that might be your problem if you haven't done that. And if you're confused, go submit a train support ticket. I don't remember exactly where you go to do that, but they have always been very helpful to me. And also, if it still doesn't work and you have set all that up, also submit a train support ticket. They've been very helpful. Or sit down with some of the wonderful people in the Discord and see if they can help you out. Maybe sit down with me if you can steal me for a minute. You never know, and I'm not much of a trouble. I don't spend that much fiddling around on the DLS anymore. Just curious, but where do we download the current version of Tollbrin that's available? I'm sure it's online somewhere. I know it is. I know there's a link to it somewhere. Actually, if anybody has the Google Drive link, you can just throw it in here if YouTube will let you do that. If not, D59, if you are in the Discord, send me a DM. And I will just send it to you. Which I know is not the most straightforward way to do that. Like, it's not the most user-friendly way to do that. It's not supposed to be a private route, but that might be the easiest thing to do at this very moment. Uh, and then I can do that while we. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. While I eat, I can figure out how to do that, and I can throw in. Oh, you found the link. Sweet. I assume this is going to be followed up with I can't send it because YouTube doesn't let you send links in this live stream chat. There it is. What? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's not coming through, guys. It's 1:30 a.m. and I'm up at 6 to milk the cows. Yikes. Alright. Yeah, don't, feel free to watch the VOD. Obviously I'm going to throw the video up after this is done. Feel free to watch through that. And if you have any questions, comments, etc. that you want me to talk about next time, go ahead, and hopefully I'll see you at a slightly earlier time next week, because this video started an hour late. 3rd and 15 for Dallas. What happens here? I want to see if they make the big play or not. 3rd and 15. Good morning. Oh, no. Alright, so that's going to be a punt from Dallas, more than likely. It's 2 a.m. to me. Jesus Christ. Why? I mean, not why. Like, I understand that that's how time works. Sayonara, Matthew. Good seeing you. Alright, so let's do this. The oven is done. We're going to need some different textures for these sides here. Although, these sides are not super... What's the word? Slopey. So I can probably just get away with grassing them over. This is not a crazy detailed section of the map, so we'll just grass them over. It's not like these wouldn't be grassy in real life anyway. This isn't, again, this isn't a super steep embankment that we've got going on here. Alright, so everyone get ready to ride a trolley around for half an hour or so. I don't know how long it's going to take. Because we are... Food is inbound. My dearest love, Gloria, is getting the food. Yeah, so the folks that are up, like, I love people in the live stream chat. I love people leaving comments. It doesn't matter to me in what way you consume this content, but you are welcome to do it, and you're welcome to do it as often as you like, in any manner you like, even if it doesn't provide me with ad revenue, because I don't survive off that, that's for sure. So I'm going to stop commenting on mid-September and be back at December. Where are you going? Oh, is it? No. What's going on? Are you going even further around the world? Or is it something with daylight savings time that I don't understand? Wait, no. That's not how daylight savings time works. Let me take a drink. I'm going to hell school. Gotcha. Dak Prescott has more yards right now than Tom Brady. In this game? I mean, that doesn't particularly surprise me. Tom Brady is very much a second half sort of guy. Looking at speaking of which, those who like football and like statistics, or like football, or or only like football or only like statistics, watch the John Boy's Atlanta Falcons documentary. It's not as good as the Mariners one, in my opinion, but it never needed to be. It's still good. It's still great. It's a fantastic saga, and as a Patriots fan, well, I mean, I did feel bad. I'm not one of those Patriots fans that sits there and goes, haha, yes, we killed them. But, they did get to that last episode. And you got to witness the team, particularly John, have a mental breakdown over how, oh, it's a big joke. The Falcons have played a big joke on us. Ooh.
Hi, guys.
What industries are over here? So we have a creamery here. I'm definitely going to get rid of this track, man. And a quarry here. Hemlock says hi. I will not burn myself. So yeah, we just have a creamery and a quarry. Creamery over here, quarry over here. What did I get to eat? It's a little... It's a breaded chicken breast that's filled with cheesy broccoli. Shoreline also says hello. What was the earliest railroad to pop up on Tolbrin? It might be the Jefferson and Gilson, which was chartered in the 1840s, which is this. The Jefferson and Gilson was this railroad that ran through here. So while this cools down for the Flying Dragon, I'll give an overview of what we've got going on in the map here. Starting here in Mason Valley. So Mason Valley is very much a riverine town. Matt also says hi. Sounds delicious, but I would vomit. I assume you don't like broccoli. We have the narrow gauge here. This is the Geiger Mountains Railroad. You may remember that name. Oh, Matthew didn't get to see that the Geiger Mountains is back. This narrow gauge here, it's shared with the standard gauge here. There's a log transfer. Coal tipple. Finally got here somewhat early, says Evan the Rat. Yeah, no, it's because we started somewhat late, but I appreciate you showing up. So we have all this mom spaghetti for the Geiger Mountains. We have some railroad over here, which is former Valley Line, I guess, technically. Now Gilson Eastern trackage here on this little island here. That extends over here. There's narrow gauge. There's standard gauge tucked in there somewhere, I believe. The standard gauge runs into an industrial district here and to an old complex that was, I believe, made something for the war effort. I can't recall. I came up with it a while ago. The Mason Valley Railroad, which is Gilson Eastern, has its yard here, where it meets the transit company, runs to a bleachery, and then runs out that way. So these two railroads, the transit company and the Valley Line here, they run down the river. Eventually they get to a town called Doe Cliff. Doe Cliff will be underneath this bridge, which is the Poughkeepsie Bridge from real life. And this is the VMR. We'll come back to that in a minute. The Valley Line comes to here. The transit company has crossed over and is sharing right-of-way with the road. And they run out of town here, which, again, we'll come back to. So, nothing abandoned here yet. Although the entire Valley Line was rebuilt in 1878 after the hurricane of 1878 destroyed it. This is the VMR, the Volga Mountains Railroad. I'm doing a tour of the map so far, yes. While I wait for my chicken breast to cool down. And we'll get to Olive. It seems to be just about cool enough. I can touch it with my bare hands, not burn myself, so that's good. Runs through this little valley here, and there'll be a farm. Into a tunnel through this ridge underneath the highway. We have a colliery here, the first one we put on the map, and here we have the town of Lionhead. I will eat in a second. Do you want your tour or do you want me to eat? This is the farthest abandoned portion. It starts here, and it runs up basically inside the road, this gravel road, all the way to the edge of map here. Because the railroad used to go way around, but now it uses the big bridge in Doe Cliff. You need sustenance. The VMR continues after Lionhead, past the Bristol Curve and Bristol Cutoff. Bristol Curve's over there. And just continues winding along rivers, over rivers, through tunnels, like so. Over rivers again. And it's slowly descending towards Olive. There's another tunnel. This is, what is this? RJ Canyon, which stands for Ron Jeremy. 7-0 Tampa. Go Tom. Town of Adams is up there. There's a little station building there. And we go by this, what's effectively a dry riverbed, and through this, which is called Jefferson's Cut. Which is a lot prettier when the spline points are not there. We run through this, which is one of the steepest sections on the route so far, over another dry riverbed, on a rickety-looking trestle, past the road. Wow, they built miles of tracks in the middle of nothing because yes. Yeah, that's how it works. You wanted a tour of what was here. This is Ashbury Ranch, named after Bruce Springsteen's first album. There's an abandoned little section right here. Abandoned industry. And let me just skip to the big abandoned thing that everybody likes to look at. This is the 2-foot gauge. It runs from Dolphin Lake, here, in the middle of these cutting grounds, back a very short distance to the mill here on the Olive Branch. And it still has some flat cars that are sticking around. No engine, though. No engine to be seen. So, this Dolphin Lake, I think the story is, and I should have built a river leading into it, but the story is certainly they would float logs onto the lake somehow, or even just store logs on the lake, and then transport them in with a 2-foot, and then it became much more useful to bring, or I see they bring back the 2-foot. Much more useful to use the just trucks and stuff that they had. Really quick, we're going to zoom along the main line of the Gilson Eastern. Now we're going to move into the session mode so I can eat my chicken. So here's the main line of the Gilson Eastern. This is the platform in Olive. Runs this way, over the river, under a road, over another river, and then it just runs out here, 4 tracks, past nothing in particular, goes onto the highway, over that little gorge space there, over another little inlet, and then it runs out over the swamp on gigantic causeways. Signal bridge that won't appear. I said we were going to zoom. There's one of the creameries right there. We were just working over to the right. It splits into 2 here. And runs through these fields. Eventually merges back into 4. That's the highest point of the Gilson Eastern so far, but probably not for long. And finally runs into Mason's Landing, where we were just moments prior. So, anyway, we are going to switch it over to driver mode, and we're going to see how long it takes for one of these trolleys to run the gamut, starting now, I guess. Get rid of that. And we're just going to do this. Do I have an alternate camera view? No. That's the other direction. We can look out this window. Actually, I like this window. So we'll do this, and we'll see how long this guy takes. I am going to turn off my camera so I can eat in peace. And we're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and I'm going to move my cursor. And we still need to fix those speed limits. Ooh, that is gooey. So we're currently in the town of Mason's Landing. Well, yeah, technically this train wouldn't start until 5:30, but for the sake of what we're doing here, it makes more sense to start it now. So we're going to run down here. We're going to take the loop here, which is like, I think, Suck My Cock Loop or something like that. Gloria named it. It's Sugma Boulevard. Why the cam inside? Well, if you want a cam outside, we can do that. I figured you guys would like the internal camera. But we can swap back and forth. Camera inside for immersion. Imagine if we did like a Twitch Plays Pokemon thing to decide where the camera was. Hi, Lafayette. I'm not giving you anything. You're a good boy, though. I do need to generally increase the speed limits in town. Or on the MVTC. Because this is too slow. Although I'm not sure, yeah, 30 miles an hour. I think it's just going slow for no reason. There goes the Batmobile. Welcome back, Mokeback. There's an abandoned track just to the right there because there used to be a freight yard for the Mason Valley. 50 miles per hour in the town drift, yeah. Honestly, it should be 40 there and 30 on the road. Lafayette. Oh, you're over there. That car just sort of looked like he was avoiding the trolley. I know, but the trolley, it shines light on the houses, yeah. There's our nemesis right there. Yeah, these people might be annoyed by being woken up like that, but oh well. Sucks to be them. as this is the first tram of the day, we don't stop anywhere until we come back around to this station here. So, yeah. Now, Mason Valley is not as detailed, but the other thing that Mason Valley is missing is trees. And the reason is, well, they don't allow trees in... Either they don't allow trees in yards, or they just don't have any. It isn't typical. Although I should throw some around. I just honestly haven't bothered. Olive, I did trees galore, and here I was just going a little different with it. Is Mason Valley bigger than Olive? I think not. In terms of footprint and population, no, I don't think so. Story that cut it all the trees. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why there would be no trees at all. It's just, I didn't put any in this town. Oh, I can turn my camera back on. I'm done eating. That was really good, though. Oops, wrong thing. Strategically placed signals. There's another abandoned industry. And a parking lot on the corner, which I'm going to have to fill with cars eventually. When the town council is actually the oncer from the Lorax. Trolley on stacks when. Yeah. This is the freight yard for the Valley line, which would be populated with cars if I hadn't deleted them all. Let me write down a note for myself. Scenery. Mason Valley, trees, cars. Oh, we've stopped. A lot of towns around me are treeless because of logging, so maybe use that. Yeah, and that would make sense in this area, except the area isn't, like, the mountains are still going to be forested, so they might have just totally clear-cut the area for the town. Let me send you my Jeep reskin so you can hide it in the parking lot. Okay, so this was 5:08 that we left there. This is what we need to care about. What time do we make it back there? And now I wish I had something to do in between other than just talk and answer questions, but this is, I mean, this is going to be that. We've got to get all the way to the end of the line, then we've got to get all the way back. And maybe if we make it halfway, I can estimate that's half the amount of time. So right now you're just testing the basic track navigation, the urban line without station stops. No, actually, what we're testing right now, because we are doing the station stops, we just didn't do station stops until that one, because this was the first trolley out of the car barn. So it runs to the edge of town, uses the loop there to turn back to the south, runs all the way through town, uses the loop there to turn back to the north, and the first station stop of the day is there at the Valley Line station. It's a whatchamacallit. Everything before that was a deadhead move. Everything before that was just getting this thing to the beginning of its operation. What I'm actually checking right now is how long does it take for this thing to run an entire loop. And the reason for that is I'm going to need to tell it to repeat X number of times for the entire day. So this thing's coming out of the car barn at 5:30. It makes it to its first stop at 5:38. Then it runs the entire loop X number of times. I have a command for that. X number of times, and then it goes back to the car barn. And that's what we're figuring out right now. So if I say it runs until 1 in the morning, and a run takes, let's just say an hour for simplicity, we're going to run, let's see, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, and so that's the morning. So that's a total of 7 runs in the morning, and then another 13 runs, so 20 loops. So it'll run this 20 times, and then it'll go back to the car barn. Or, sorry, 20 loops? No. That would be 7 plus 3 plus... Sorry, 22 loops. 22 loops. So imagine when this game is done and you do a multiplayer, this map is perfect. This map was designed to be multiplayer compatible too. Everything on it is from the DLS. At least that was the attempt. There are a couple of things that it got screwy. But, yeah. Anyway, we are going to lag. We're going to lag a bunch. We're going to head back out onto the Sugma Boulevard here. Advantages for locomotive classes for the roads of Tolbrin. Yes, in fact, I can talk about that. So, you know, while we're here, I can talk about that. So where's the... That's the wrong Google Drive thing. Tolbrin. Nope, I don't have any of the right stuff open for that. None of the right things open at all. So, locomotives. Nope. Let me just go to my Tolbrin folder. Tolbrin folder. Tolbrin. Wiki operations, assets and timetables. That's what it is. It's under assets and timetables. So, locomotives and cars, we're going to break this down. Oh, we have stopped. Oh, we're stopped for the station. We're going to break this down like this. I'll just run through it really quick. As of present day, for the what is this that got added here? Oh, others, Galloping Goose, etc. I see. F Jackalope. Okay, somebody did that wrong, but that's not a big deal. So the Gilson Eastern Railroad, which is what we're on right, well, what we're next to, it's over there to the right. It's over there, and we're heading towards it. The Gilson Eastern Railroad has a class of Atlantics, a class of 060s, which they have. Let's just do the numbers from the top. They've got 10 Atlantics, they've got 50 060s, they've got 20 Moguls, 10 10-wheelers, something on the order of 400 Pacifics. They've got 10 Hudsons, 10 080s, 100 Consolidations, 300 Mikados, 50 Mountain Types, 50 Northerns, 10 Decapods, 10 Santa Fe's, and then for diesels, they've got some GP7s, some GP9s, some NW2s, a bunch of F7s, and a bunch of F units and E units, and a handful of FL9s, and some PAs. They also have a bunch of Baldwins, because they buy a lot of Baldwins. They've got either S8s or S12s, some DT66 2000s. I believe those are Shark... Oh, sorry. I believe those are... is that Switchings Maximus? I think that might be. They've got some Shark Noses, and they've got some Centipedes. They also have some electric DD1s for service closer into Geiger City. So, that's the first set. Big train, good trains, why do you exist, shunners and E2s? Yeah. So, we are approaching Doe Cliff now. You can see the bridge. Scenic AF. So that's the Gilson Eastern. They're very heavy on Pacifics. They're very heavy on Mikados. They're heavy on a lot of medium power, and they have a little bit of bigger stuff too. No Malays, mostly Baldwins as far as diesels go, and some EMDs. Of course, we'll have to rebrand these. Understood none of that. We'll have to rebrand these locomotive builders for the ones that I've written in thus far. Pacifics 462s, Mikados 282s. The Volga Mountains, again, we're looking at their big bridge right now. look up a white notation chart. It'll help. So the VMR still clings to a class of Americans, 440s. They, of course, have a class of 060s, a class of Moguls, 260s, a class of 080s. They've got 100 consolidations in 2 different classes. That's 280s. Another 400 282s, Mikados. They have 10 mountain types, that's 482s, that do exclusively passenger service. They're their premier passenger engine. Oh, sorry. I'm looking... Oh, you know what? I skipped over the Berkshires. That's right. The Gilson Eastern doesn't have mountains. They do have a lot of Berkshires. They do have a lot of 284s. They have 50 of those, whereas the VMR has 10, and they have 50 mountain types that are exclusively for passenger service, basically. They've also got 10 Northerns, 484s. They have 10 280s, 10 282s, and a class of 50 2662s for mountain hauling. They also have a class of Shays that they use on some branch lines. They've invested heavily in Alcos. They haven't bought any EMDs, so no F units, no SDs, no E units. They have 100 RS1s, 50 RS2s. I never understood the 000 classification. Could you explain it to me? Yes, I can. Just give me a moment. They've got 100 RS3s. They've got a bunch of S4s, some RS11s, and some FAs. They don't have any PAs because they use steam for their passenger service. They've also got a bunch of Fairbanks Morse engines and a GE. Well, they've got GE shunters. Who doesn't? And they do have some Switchicus Maximus Baldwins, SS 660,000s. So, before I continue on with the Zion and Skyline stuff, I will do this. I will explain white notation very briefly. And I wish I could show... You know what? Let's do this. White notation chart. I'll pull it up here so that we can look at it. This is a page on the DM and IR. There's the white notation chart. So let's real quick detour from this, and I'll share my screen. That's the wrong button. So here are your classifications, and the number, which it's unfortunate they're facing this way because it would be easier if they faced the other way. The first number is the number of leading wheels. So this is a Mikado. So 2 wheels in front, 8 wheels that drive, and 2 wheels in the back. So it's a 2-wheel leading truck, 8 driving wheels, and a 2-axle trailing truck. This is more obvious, let's say on something like a consolidation, a 280. Are we going backwards? Oh, what the hell. Why? Alright, so we're gonna need... You're trying to get to... Mason Valley... Or sorry, Mason's Landing, Gerald Road. Which I think is... Oh, God. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. So... We're gonna need to add some track marks. And then we're gonna have to come back to this. Sorry I got distracted, but here we go. So we're gonna need to exit driver, as usual, and go back in so that stuff is back where we put it. So I hope, if you look up white notation chart, I hope that helps. 2 wheels up front, 8 wheels in the middle, 0 wheels in the back. That's a consolidation. So, and for this is a Mallet. You have 2 wheels up front, a set of 8 wheels, another set of 8 wheels, and then 2 wheels in the back. I hope that abridged explanation helps you. And this is not automatically updating. Well, this is unfortunate. But my win chance is still good. Oh, he has Suck Up. I didn't even notice that he had somebody in this game. Gerald Road is the best road, and I have no bias whatsoever. Alright, so we're going to edit session. You're welcome to Flying Dragon. Okay, so we'll go back to Train 2019. And I keep turning off my webcam instead of changing the screen. And let me adjust this because apparently I'm slouching. I'm back from taking out the trash. You missed me going over the classes. what was it name? Huh? Uh, while this loads really quick, design and skyline, yeah, white system, or just white notation. Uh, the ZNS holds on to two classes of, ooh, the score's tied. Holds on to two classes of American type 440, a class of 060, a class of 080s, uh, a couple hundred 282s, Mikados, a handful of Berkshires, a handful of uh, mountains, like 50 Northerns, 10 Decapods, two classes of 2662s, a class of Alleghenies, and a class of 2882s. So they are the ones with the big engines. They also have a bunch of GP9s, SD7s and SD9s, F7s. They have some RS1s and RS3s. They also are the only people on the peninsula that bought Sea-liners. And they also have HH600s and some 44-tonners and some shark noses. The New Charm Tramway I don't really need to get into because that's almost all electrics. Anyway, back to work. We need to put in some track marks. We need to switch to route layer first. We need to put in some track marks to keep trains from going the wrong direction. I'm getting creative. That railroad was the Zion and Skyline that I just read off. And we will put them... Actually, I'll put them over here to add a little bit of lore that I realized I kind of missed when it comes to this. Oh yeah, there's a farm. Yeah, F. So we're going to put a track mark there. We'll name it in just a second. I need to get my track mark standards out. We're going to put a track mark on the other side of the bridge, and we're going to do the same thing. We'll name it in just a second. So if anybody's read the thing for Adams, that's the wrong thing. There is mention of Scioto Ferry. You might not find that exact diagram, but if you look up white notation, you should find something. Where's my standards? There's my standards. Track marks. Railroad, town, description, number. We are not in a town, so I don't actually know how to do this. Although, you know what, we can do it like this. MVSF Scioto Ferry, and this would be northbound. MVSF Ferry southbound. I think that's how I did the other ones. Yeah. So, for those who have read the Adams document, or sorry, not the Adams document, the Mason Valley Transit Company document, and are wondering where Scioto Ferry was, because it's mentioned, it's right here. It's actually much farther north than I implied, but the construction was stopped like right here for an age and a half. Scioto Ferry is there because it's the narrowest point of the river. Originally, I was going to put Scioto Ferry up here, but I like throwing it down where we have this drawbridge, because that's one way the name can carry on. Help pulls. Found the Wikipedia page. There you go. Okay, so now we need to edit the session driver setup. Oh wait, no, sorry. We don't need to edit that. We need to edit the schedule library. So we need, after we leave Water Street, yeah, that's right, I just found it, just by sheer luck. Water Street Platform 1, horns, wait for 5 seconds. You're driving to Gerald Road. Oh, we're still going to need to do the ITS set path. We're going to need track marks over there. So drive via track mark Shoto Ferry northbound, and then we're going to need that on the way back. So before we do DCMV Main Street, we're going to have to drive via track mark. Oh, I am slouching. They do not have a pacer, I'm sorry. Shoto Ferry southbound. Okay, so we're going to need to edit that again because I realized there was something I overlooked. But that was our attempt at getting that done this time. We have maybe an hour left and I want to move on to some other things. So let's go over here. Oh wait, sorry. I'm looking at the regular track, not the tram track. MV interlocking approach. This is actually not how this should be written. Interlocking approach westbound, interlocking approach southbound. Damn, they be missing out. Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed what I lost track of what that was a reference to. Just immediately. Tampa has the ball. It's still 7-7. Let me get this plate off my desk. By the way, those of you who watched the Royale and wondered what I cut the knife in half with, this is it. This is a letter opener that I just happened to have on my desk. So I was going through some stuff. I ended up with a letter opener on my desk and decided to saw a knife in half. So, if you haven't watched that Royale, watch it. It's a good one. Just checking to make sure nothing crazy is happening in here. Checking to see that all of the comrades are in here. Nobody's bailed out before the trial, which will be happening in about an hour and 15 minutes for those horsemen and hobo. Although I feel like, why waste perfectly good knives? Gloria was mad at me too. I don't know. I don't know what compelled me to do that. Anyway, oh, you know what? Where did I? Oh, the interlocking tower's up here. Hold on. I need to. Give me this. Let's fly up here. I'm absorbing all the knowledge. Yeah, if you didn't catch what happened in the Discord earlier today, you're not missing out. So north, south. Okay, you know what? It should be representative enough. I probably should make a standard for naming those. But oh man, do I not? I don't feel like doing that right now. Maybe I should just read. Yeah, the people in Gulag. The things they're in for, determined they need a trial before sentencing. From the last time we'd made administrative changes. Anyway, the interlockings. We need to do edit session, driver setup, or sorry, schedule library, not driver setup. We need to throw in after the track mark here. Should a ferry? What? Wait a minute. Should a ferry northbound? Drive via track mark. MV. Wait, sorry. This would be ML, interlocking approach. Wait a minute, I did something wrong. I did something backwards. Did you see it? Did you see it? ML, MV. These are backwards. It should be MV and then ML, right? Yes. MV and then ML. Alright, see you, Flying Dragon. Thanks for coming around. I'm glad we could teach you something today. Sayonara, dude. See you next time. Hopefully see you next week. MVML. Interlocking approach westbound. Oh, that one is correct. MVML. Okay. So, no, not add random scenery. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. I keep getting distracted from my own thing. Okay, so, Kyoto Ferry northbound, and then we drive via track mark, MVML interlocking approach northbound. I think that's the right one. Let me just double check. I should be able to see the name of it down here. No, no, that is wrong. I need to. These are named incorrectly. This is northbound. I'm gonna have to do that real quick. I'm gonna change this one to say southbound. Why didn't I catch that? Now I can change this one back to northbound like it belongs. Northbound, and then you are eastbound. Yeah, that should have been the thing that tipped me off that these were backwards. Okay. Now edit session, now schedule library, now scroll all the way over here. Are you northbound? Yes. And then we drive via track mark, interlocking approach northbound, and then we use a wonderful thing called IT set path. Hi Lafayette. And this is going to be ML tram. It's going to be ML tram south in to east out. I should definitely change that. Because I should rename the signals and then use the... Okay, yeah, we definitely need to fix this. And in fact, I don't feel like it's wise for me to proceed until I do so. So, let me write MVTC signal names and interlocking tower names. We're going to need to create standards for that. Well, we have the signal names. So let's... This is not a goal. I'm not writing that down. We did some work on the barrier islands in the quarry area. So we'll work on the drawbridge next time. We try to do the automation one more time. So that means we have to do something under automation. The next thing is the car barn track marks. So let's go back to making more track marks, I guess. This is the part that is, I understand if it's supremely boring, which is why you guys are totally, like, you can totally mess with me, or just say stuff. I mean, don't, like, legitimately mess with me. I mean, I suppose you wouldn't be able, I wouldn't be able to stop you. My nose is just so itchy all of a sudden. Dog, my dog would stop licking her foot. Is something wrong with her foot? Oh, Lafayette just laid down in this crate. Okay. So we have these 3 track marks at the back of the shed. Or these 4, I should say. Now here's the thing. We do a little trolling. If I want to have a spare, which I feel like I do want to have a spare, these guys shouldn't necessarily be lining up like this. Hey gamers, I'm wanted in 52 of the 50 states of America and growing strong. Nice. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to take you and put you somewhere for now. I'll just put you over there for now. That is not where you're gonna stay, but I'll put you over there for now. We need to find a name for these track marks. We also need to reduce the radius by probably 2-fold. But that should be close enough to this, like... It's far enough from the signal that they'll pull up, but close enough that it gives us plenty of space. Stop stealing the geese, man. Untitled Goose Game. So while we're here, let's name these track marks. So this, back to the track mark naming conventions really quick. Railroad town description number. So that means MV, and the description would be MVTC, or well, actually just car barn. Car barn 1 or 4. Actually, this would be track 4. 1 and 2 are inside. MV car barn 3. MV car barn 2. In the middle of a nuclear fallout. MV car barn. Hey, is it just me, or, and this is a speaking of Fallout sort of thing, is it just me, or is it that the when Fallout puts out trailers, the music they pick slaps 100% of the time? Is that just me? Like, because you said Fallout, and the first thing I thought of was, oh well, I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. And I just, that, the trailer for Fallout 4 got me hooked on that song specifically. And then they had the Wouldn't It Be Nice trailer that was for 76, Fallout 76, which, despite all its flaws, very enjoyable game. I loved it to death. Like, it's always so good. I'm going to pull these guys up to the front here, and I want to put them in order. Yes! Yeah, that as well. The Country Roads version that they made for Fallout 76, crucify me if you must, but it is my favorite version of Country Roads. I think it's absolutely stellar. Hi, Lafayette. Hey, good boy. Do I have a plan to bring Zombie Train back? No, but I will answer Zombie Train related questions in here if you guys want me to. There weren't... The only thing is, I cannot hold myself liable for any inconsistent answers. I'm not intending to dig into the lore of that any more than I already have, because I feel like that it's a little... I'm not saying there aren't stories left untold, but I did spend a good couple of years telling every story that anybody asked for. And I'm not sure if my universe is cohesive or coherent. I heard Country Roads in a minor key, and that's my favorite. That sounds terrifying. But unlike many things, particularly the Iron Horseman Chronicles, I do not feel like there are stories left untold or things left unsaid when it comes to the Zombie Train. Did you guys ever rebuild the track back to Eureka, California, Zombie Train? I don't think so. Eureka, California is one of those weird things where by the time we got to California, it was pretty well defended and pretty nicely held under basically our government, U.S. Army, Navy. Well, it was mostly the Navy that had survived. And because of that, we didn't do a lot of rebuilding over there. Everything that was done over there was under their purview, not ours. So, no, I don't think we would have done that. Not as if they decided to make a hip-hop remix of it like the Grinch. I mean, I would listen to that once just to see how it came out. Okay. Let's see. What's next on the list? I added those car barn track marks. Oh, now we have to do the creamery industries. So we got 45 minutes or so. SP couldn't keep the North Pacific functioning, so I mean, the SP didn't have to deal with zombies. Let's What's going on with my computer right now? I just think this town is painful. So what happened to the class ones of the apocalypse? Oh, they're all gone. Uh, they're all gone. There's no. Oh, there's a text from me. Uh, so I was playing. Yeah, I heard about the Eureka, California thing. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We'll see if that happens. I'm not holding my breath. It would be cool. Like I want to see them do it, but I'm not holding my breath. So the class ones, as we knew them, were completely gone. The foremost power in terms of railroading in the rebuilding phase after the apocalypse itself was us, the Zombie Train Incorporated. That's why we came into existence, and so we had effectively a nationalized rail system for a while there. Uh, Eventually, the Zombie Train Incorporated basically stopped being uh, a thing. You know, things got moved over to almost more of a Conrail type company, and then that got sort of split up and put apart, bringing railroads in the U.S. not exactly back to where they were, but sort of in the general vicinity of where they were. So, were there any areas that weren't directly affected by zombies? Probably like some parts of Alaska and Antarctica. There were survivors on the International Space Station. If you read World War Z, the account from them is absolutely fantastic. Um, and I'm sure a lot of remote tribes and stuff like that, they probably didn't have direct contact. A lot of places that you can't get to easily, but zombies get everywhere eventually. That's the thing. So, yeah, there were places that probably weren't directly affected. Uh, it's just not anything, not any place significant, that's for sure. So we're going to add a spline point there, and a spline point there. Here a spline, there a spline, everywhere a spline. Old MacDonald had a spline. E-I-E-I-O. We're going to have to name this. We'll come back through and name these later. Coal on north coast of California. I don't think. No. The trains would be hauling coal to the port in Eureka. It's not like they would be hauling coal out of Northern California. That would be the destination for them. I assume there are places that, like at the top of the continent, that wouldn't be affected all that much. Yeah, see, they might not have been directly affected by zombies, but what they were affected by was all the people running north to get away from the zombies, because everybody and their brother had the same idea, which is, oh, if we go north, the zombies will freeze, and then we'll be fine. Which isn't wrong, but the thing they failed to realize is when every single person is doing that, you create catastrophe on your own. Like, forests were clear cut for firewood. You know, resources were just wasted, squandered by people who had very little, like, well, A, very little cooperation, and B, very little respect for the idea of making something last long term. Um, oh, what happened, Pat? Did Tampa score again? Uh, and so the people that lived up there were then inundated by a bunch of idiots. Uh, Thank you, Matt. Coal will be exported to Asia from Eureka. Yes. We just missed a 31-yard field goal attempt. Damn, that's actually kind of impressive. Oh, I didn't. Oh my God, I didn't save before I switched over. Oh, what am I doing with my life? Oh no. God damn it. All right, so we're gonna have to do this again. Uh, we're putting this back on the top of the priority list. What? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I am doing that with my life. Uh,
I look a mess.
uh, Alright, so note to self, save before I switch over to, thing. You look really cute.
I look like
No, you look really cute.
a scrub.
No, you're my scrub. Hi. I am a little hungry too, but well, when I'm done with this and when we're done with the trial, we can make something else or something. Go take a shower. Yeah. About time. Although
Ellis has been calling me stinky all day.
I have not been calling you stinky. I've just been sniffing the air around you.
Exactly. So you're technically calling me stinky.
No, I'm not calling you stinky. That's not what I'm doing.
You're basically calling me.
I'm not calling you stinky. I'm just sniffing. Gronk smash. I know, I'm stinky too. I'm always stinky these days because my deodorant sucks. So what plays are the worst off because of the zombies? Any major city? Here's an interesting exercise. If you look at the places that were worst affected by coronavirus, those are the places that were worst affected by zombies. And I'm talking about like early coronavirus before the vaccine, because people that refuse the vaccine and cause more problems for themselves or refuse like mask mandates and stuff, notwithstanding. But the oh my god, I'm upset with myself. I'm upset with myself because I deleted all that work by not saving. I thought it saved. Well, that's right. It saves when you go into quick drive. It does not save when you switch over and then yeah. All right. I really have to remember to save before I switch over to driver mode then. In fact, I think I'm going to not switch over to driver mode in... wasn't like the last state that got hit with coronavirus, West Virginia. I could believe that because of the way the population is... Love you. Is so spread out.
I love you.
I love you. West Virginia would have a certain kind of advantage. But major cities, yeah, anywhere with a high population density is right. Because there's just more bodies. Did I friend you on Steam yet? No, I forgot. That's my fault. I will do that right now while I am busy wallowing in the misery of my own stupidity. Now I'm not going to want to do this again. I'm putting it at the bottom of the list. Because I don't feel like redoing what I just did again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. This part was saved and done. Mountain Mama. So basically Utah and West Virginia are the safe spots. I mean, I wouldn't call them safe, but safer. Safer than average. I forgot. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna remove this. Do I just have a ties spline? Let's see. Ties. Oh wait, over here. Abandoned track. Okay, so if we straighten this, and then I just delete this, this at least gives me a chance to do this. Yeah, that's upsetting, but oh well. The problem with being in West Virginia, there's no Russian government to appeal to for help. I mean, that's true. We need to... This is why our country is spiraled downhill. And this is one of the greatest things I've ever heard, and I cannot take credit for it. But there are 4 branches of government in the United States that are all they all balance each other out, and all four of them are important, and we're missing one of them. Those are, of course, the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and the Soviet Union. Uh, and without those four, we do not have a balanced government. So, yes, safe is a malleable and relative term is right. Uh, so we'll just leave that there. We'll come back to this. I'm so mad at myself. I am I am awfully frustrated that I accidentally deleted my progress there, because that was a good half an hour of work. We'll be doing it again. Oh wait, did I? No, those are still there. Let's just save now. Hee hee, communism, hee hee. Oh, it's 13-14 now. Did Oh, that's a fumble. Is that a fumble? Oh wait, sorry, they're just doing highlights now. Almost. If you don't have an external enemy to rally against, you can fight each other. Exactly. Thank you. That isn't to say go make up enemies, but it is to say we miss the Soviet Union. The real allies were the communists we met along the way. Okay, so I put in those industries. Now I need to actually name them. I'm missing one. That's right, I got distracted. So we have this one in. Give me that. I should specify that this is a joke. If I could drop the Soviet national anthem right now, I would. Okay, so we got one in there. We got one in over here. We don't have one here because this just has an abandoned siding. That's a good way of putting it, Hemlock. We have one in here. I think that one was already in. I don't think we've just... and then I don't think there are any creameries on this side of the bridge? On the side of the swamp? No. No, there's not. Okay. So... now we need to name these industries. We also, while we're here, just to make up for the fact that we broke it, let's throw in the... Actually, I don't know what industries I want to use for this, so we'll come back to that, I guess. Alright. Hey, we scored again, 14-13, yeah. Lots of creameries. The Rutland do be like that. This is a thing I took from the Rutland, and it's not on the VMR, which is interesting. But again, inspiration is everywhere. Okay, so standards for industry track. Town name use. Ooh. We don't have a town here. Town railroad. Town/railroad. We also should have number or direction. Right, yeah, we'll do it like this. We'll just do how do we miss the extra point? Yeah, what's wrong with your kicker, man? Oh, that means Dan got another point. Hold on, what's this look like? Ooh, yay, my chance to win is going up. Ooh, did Amari Cooper catch a touchdown? Yes, Amari Cooper did catch a touchdown. I'm happy about that. To be serious for a hot second, the idea that you need an internal enemy to rally against is a bit dangerous, but making up an external enemy is a favorite of authoritarians. Yes. Okay. So, let's name this. This is going to be GE. Actually, I need to put in a town abbreviation here, SF, for Kyoto Ferry. Oh, whoops, and I put it in the wrong spot. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your kicker either. You guys are having a bad time. Kickers will make or break you. It's true. So this is going to be GE dash. Let's see, what do we got here? What is the next thing? It's GE name use. Oh, we don't have a name for this. Let's see. We need a name for this creamery. Who wants to name this creamery? And I know it's going to be a minute before everybody gets to name this, but if you guys want to post creamery names, we have 4 of them to name. So, GE, question. Roslyn Creamery. That's a good one. Roslyn Creamery, and use. Milk pickup. Although I don't think we actually need that because it's only one thing. So let's just do Roslyn Creamery. Patrick's Dairy. I wonder who you named that after, Pat. Okay, we've got another one over here. GE. Patrick's Dairy. Okay, we've got a couple more. Cream Daddy Creamery. Get Creamed Creamery. Jesus Christ, you guys. This is why we can't have nice things. Did I miss one over here? No. Hi, Lafayette. Hi, good boy. Oh, GE. Brosley Dairy. Lobner Creamery. Wonder who you named that one after. Old North Milk and Dairy Company. I would name this that if it wasn't on the... Well, I guess it is sort of on the north side of town. It's not really. GE. Old North Milk and Dairy. Alright, so that's what we're doing. I don't think there are any that we missed. Let me just double check. So we've got, let me do it like this. Industry names. Old North Milk and Dairy. We have Brosley Dairy. We have Roslyn Creamery and Patrick's Dairy. And that's it. We just have those 4. Yeah. So there we go. We've named the creameries. Now we need to set them up. So this is gonna be fun spreadsheet time. You guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. Let's switch this over back to screen. Should have given you so. Yeah, and that's not a bad one. Okay, so that's the Gulag document. This is the document I was reading off of earlier. Right now we need industries and balance. So this is a fun spreadsheet. I love this spreadsheet. We don't have, to my knowledge, we don't have a good car that carries milk. Let's see, milk cans 20 gallons. Oh, sorry. Wait, what? We have a stock car that carries milk? Has anybody made a milk car for this? Although I think we have a different... Where's the assets and timetables thing? Matt, you would be the one that would know. Do we have a milk car that we can use? That's a 3-dome tank car. Do we have a butter dish car? Nope. I know we had a butter dish car. In fact, I think I have it downloaded. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Borden's Milk Tank Car. What commodity do you use? You use milk cans 20... Oh, milk cans 20 gallons. Borden's Milk Tank Car. Okay, so we're going to have to use... I'm pretty sure this is on DLS. Yes, it is. Let me double check. Manage content. Borden's Milk Tank Car installed from DLS. Yes. List dependencies recursively, just to make sure everything in here is on the DLS. Built in, installed from DLS. Good. So we can add Borden's Milk Tank Car. Somebody's... Oh. Yeah. So we need to add that to this. B, O, insert one above. I think that's spelled correctly. Whoops. It carries stuff. I have it. Borden's milk tank car. And that is QID 239. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just do it this way. So QID 2, 39, 143. That's a 6. And 134. 39, 134. Colon 100008 colon 1. And this is going to be GERR, at least. Butter dish car. So this is something that, okay, we've added to there. And we need to add it to here. B for Borden's. Oh, it's here. It's right here. Wait a minute. Let me check this stock car real quick. Wait, what was this? This was 40-foot stock car TP. There you are. Do you carry milk? No, that is a mistake on my part. So I definitely put that in the wrong... That makes sense now. We're going to cut you. We're going to paste you over here. Actually, we're going to copy in case something breaks. No, you know what? Cutting will actually not make things break. It'll unbreak things, as a matter of fact. So, 300 units in the queue. Max load 300. Max cans 20 gallons. Okay, so we need one butter dish car per industry. Let me just double check. I'm just going to click on... Oh, you know what? I'm going to go down here. Thank you. That's what I should have open on Discord. Wish the mobile users weren't able to post their routes to the normal list. Well, yeah. So, milk cans 20 gallons. Borden's milk tank car. Industries. Now we need to add 4 industries here. These will all feed back to... These are all producer industries, so they're going to be all on the GERR main line. They're all from Olive. GERR main line. And then, how do we handle this when we have too many? Oh, okay, we just do it like this, and then we do... like so. My nose is still very itchy. Okay, so we have 4 things. We'll go from the other... Oh, wait, they're supposed to be in alphabetical order. Old North Milk and Dairy, which I assume is going to be the one on the bottom. No. Old North Milk and Dairy. If you guys can't see the chat, I can't see you. Just saying. And I keep thinking that ping is something for me. So we're just writing them down for now. Old North Milk and Dairy. You, Brosley Dairy. I assume that's going to be on the top. Let's fill in the other ones. We're good. We'll go over here. And the other 2 are over here. This one is the difficult one to get to. Roslyn Creamery. Roslyn. Oops. Oh, you know what? It's actually going to be... Yeah, you know what? Hold on. I did just have to recite the alphabet. really quickly. And the other one is Patrick's Creamery, or Patrick's Dairy. Patrick's Dairy. So this is going to be, the commodity we are using is, whoops, I need to get it from here actually. It is explicitly written milk cans 20 gallons. I keep clicking the wrong thing, Jesus Christ. Milk cans 20 gallons, production per day. So we're sending out 1 carload per day. A carload is 300, so we're just going to do 300 per day. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, so we are producing this much. We need to add a thing for this commodity over here. So this is milk. What is it? It's milk cans 20 gallons. I should still have that copied. I still need it. Up here. Milk cans 20 gallons. Units per carload. We're going to grab it from here. There. And honestly, I should set this up with a VLOOKUP command to make this easier. And in fact, I might... we need to put another goal in here, which is beyond automation. Goals. Another goal type. Goals. Let me write down another note here. It takes 8 minutes for the first trolley to get from the car barn to the station. We also want to do speed limits overall, and this is got to go back to the bottom. Bottom of the list. Goals, documentation. That's what this is going to be called. Now we have more goals. I might make a switch list for milk local. That'd be good. Very, very, very raw milk. Yes. So, alright, back to this. Goals documentation. VLOOKUP formula for commodity balance. Hopefully I'll remember what that means. So, carloads. So we need to do a sum of these equals this plus something divided by this right here. Milk cans 20 gallons. So we have 4 industries that take that. Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, no kidding, it's an error. I was busy. How come I can't do this now? Nope, still not doing it. How do I get things from the other sheet now? I've forgotten how to do this. There we go. No, I want Industries E21. Oh, for crying out loud. Why am I having this much trouble? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Although, I should be using the F column, not the E column, so let's fix that. Okay. This is the M column? Oh, I get it. That's right. This is just 0. Supply and demand. So, Carla... Oh, you know what? I can just do this. Boop. And then I can do this. Boop. Commodity plus 1200. Then we need to figure out where it's going. where we're going to send the rest of it. We have 3 staging yards, and we'll also probably have a seaport that accepts, like, everything. What is my ping now? What's down there? Wasn't Locoreal last night? Yes, there was. It isn't posted yet. I meant to do that. So, we need to figure out where the extra's going. Although I think it's just all going to go to Gilson City right away. So, Gilson City's here. We're just going to send it all there. And now it's balanced. So we've set that up. That part's done. Now we need to actually set the industries themselves up. Oh, hell, the ping is probably me. That's okay. Probably be a small turn job out of Mason Valley and back instead of going all the way to Olive. Yeah, it would probably do a turn there, and this guy... Yeah, Hoy is getting railway guns. That's kind of hilarious. This guy would be the one you grab first. But good luck getting the Rosalind Creamery and Patrick's Dairy in the same run. But the other thing is, they are set up... Actually, no, that's right. Hold on. They don't go to Gilson City. These cars do not go to Gilson City. These cars go to Jefferson. At least that seems to be... what would make sense. Because notice where all these creameries are. They're on the north side, or sorry, they're on the, I guess that is the northbound side of the tracks. So you'd have a turn come out and switch this, bring it back here. Then you'd have a train that leaves here after switching Old North Milk and Dairy, switches out this one, and then switches out this one, and continues on in this direction until it gets to Olive. Now, those cars could go to Jefferson, which is what would make the most sense, or they could go to Gilson City, which means they would get put on a train in the other direction. But they're probably going to Jefferson. Or they're just going to Olive. I mean, they're just... I should make a milk industry in Olive. I'm not doing that. But anyway, okay, so that part is now done. No creamery pun. No, we haven't done... people gave some wonderful suggestions that I decided to ignore. So, cues. We need... beef stew. That's what we need. Milk. Milk cans, 20 gallons. Imagine they'd go, for efficiency's sake, to go to Olive, even if they all go back to Gilson City. Yeah, that would make sense, just because of the way that creameries are aligned. Milk is not very high value. It is, however, very high priority. Very high speed. Which is why they usually sent milk locals like in the middle of the night when nobody else was on the line, and why they built the milk sidings the way they did as not stubs, so they could do it in one fewer maneuver. So, anyway, milk cans, 20 gallons. So we're going to need to use the industry calculator here really quick. So we have our industry calculator here. Oh, he really got into it, didn't he?
Yeah. I thought he got into another match with the racer.
No, he just killed his toy.
Here. Why?
Oh, there's fluff all over the floor. Anyway, desired 1 carload per day, 300 units per carload. How many units per production do we want? I mean, what if we just say 300? Is this a decimal? It doesn't look like it's going to be a decimal. Although, what is this? Time for production should not exceed 21,600. So, what if we did... What goes evenly into 300? 75 times 4 is... No, that is 300, isn't it? So, hold on. Let me do quick maths. Yes, my love? 1 second. 75 times 4. That is 300. So we're going to be producing 75 units every time. There's your time for production. Units per day is 300. I'll be right back. All right, let's see. How much time have we got left? We got about 10 minutes left. What are we going to do in 10 minutes? What's up? So, yeah, hi. This is going to be normal now. Yes, hopefully this is going to be normal now. Yeah, the reason milk was high priority, yeah, it's not low value, or sorry, it's not high value, but it spoils quick. So you want to get that out. You want to get it done with. Um, it doesn't have a long period. You know the graphs in locomotion? You know the locomotion graphs where it's like, here are your products, like this is their starting value and this is how they drop off when it comes to like the time it takes to get there. Milk looks like this, just straight down. You better get it to its destination as fast as you damn well can. So it's going to be time for production 300 units per day. So we need, these two are the ones that we need to put in. So now watch this drive. We're going to start down here at Old North Milk and Dairy. We're going to throw our queue in here, which is going to be milk. The milk cans, 20 gallons. We're going to have a size of 600 because that is twice as many as you need. Now that is storage capacity. It should be up to double the daily consumption production of the industry. So I'm following my rule number 4 there. Milk cans, you're going to start with, let's just do it in units really quick. Products, this, I don't care about it in tons. I want it to be in items. So you're going to start with 300. You can fit 600. Tracks, this one, milk cans, 20 gallons. Load into vehicle, that's queue number 1. Processes, it produces milk from nothing, from thin air. And the process duration is 21,600. So that's about every 6 hours. That is 6 hours. And you produce 75. So that's how these are set up. And that gives us 1 carload a day. And that solves a whole bunch of other problems. So we're going to have to do that for the other ones. And that's going to be the end of the stream by the looks of it. So, queues. Milk. Size, 600. We're going to have to change this to items. Items, 300. Tracks. Multiple pickup drop-off. The milk. Load into vehicle. Processes. Create milk from thin air, please. 21,600 and 75. I'm just going to double check that 21,600 is right. It is. And so that's 2 out of 4. And I'll pull up this again. Lesson Penn Central never learned. Oh, whoops, that's the other farm that doesn't get rail served anymore. 10 Central could have prevented this. So you're here size 600. You're going to start with 300, but we need to change this to items first. 300. Processes. Create milk. Processes. Load milk into vehicle. Duration 21,600. Items 300. Or sorry, 75. 75. I think I messed the other one up, didn't I? Let's double check the other one, because I think I messed that one up. Come on, zoom. Zoom court. Oh, the poor dog. Produce 75. Okay, no, I did do it right.
Get out of there.
What was he doing?
He's in my lawn and my dirty clothes on the floor.
Oh, he's gonna steal a sock.
I don't have any socks on. You know what he's gonna steal? He's gonna steal a pair of my underwear and my bra.
I hope the internet heard that. Lafayette is a son of a gun. We love him so much. Okay, items. That means 300. Oh, I need to change this. Didn't you? Multiple pickup, drop off, milk cans, load into vehicle, processes, create milk cans. The internet heard that. Fantastic. 21,600. Produce 75. If it does a little bit of trolling. Yeah, he does. Anyway, alright, so we've set up the Creamery Industries, which means I can knock this off. We have some things to work on for next time. Part of me just wants to put the thing on and see where it goes, but I do have to step off. I have a little bit to do, and then we have some trials to run, among other things. So, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Under Construction. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. If you want a version of this route, not this version because I don't have this version available yet, but if you want a version of this route, you can feel free to hit me up on Discord. If you want to become part of our Discord server, I actually should put a link down in down in the description of this. So let me do that really quick. I can spend a minute doing that, which is always the same link. It's always the same link, so that means I need to go get the link from, let's see, let's say one of these. Nobody look at that. That's spoilers. Don't look at that either. That's unimportant. Save that. And now you guys should be able to join the server if you want. Yeah, that's about it. So, how's my fantasy football team doing? Pretty well, actually. Let me just refresh to make sure I got the most up-to-date information, but Amari Cooper's doing a great job. Thanks, Amari Cooper. Other than that, you know, here we are back in Tolbrand. We really dug into the spreadsheets today, which I am pleased to see that nobody was in the chat going, "Oh my God, you're insane." So, I don't know, Tolbrand's a way of life. I'll see you guys next.